the Plasterer. Good evening. Welcome to Ask the Plasterer with me, Eric the Plasterer. Sorry viewers, I was a little bit rushed there because I've been trying to fit a kitchen in my kitchen and just about managed to get a couple of doors on the cupboards and put stuff back so hopefully the missus can cook some dinner. Otherwise I will be in very big trouble. So I had to do that, and then I popped up here and then my camera wasn't working properly after I booted up the old computer. But we're on the go now. I think if anyone's got any problems hearing me, let me know. Just send us a quick message. But hopefully, other than that, we should be good to go. Oh, excuse me. I haven't got a drink with me or anything. Haven't managed to have a shower again in between sorting out the kitchen and getting up here. But hey ho, I will enjoy that afterwards. But first, I'll enjoy your company this evening. Happy New Year! It's going to be a busy one as far as I can tell from what I'm hearing on the street, as the youngsters would say. But yeah, I'd like to know this evening. Hi guys, regular guys. Hello Silver, nice to see you, mate. Iceman, yeah. I will post a video of me getting in a nice bath out the back at some point. I'll probably stick it on the Discord server, on the forum, which of course you won't be able to see unless you're a member. But you can become a member. It's easy and it's free. All you have to do is go to any of my descriptions in my videos, and there is a link to the Discord server, Ask the Plasterer Discord server. And if you click on that, you will get an invite, and you can join the forum and have a good old chat with everybody else. And on top of that, when I post it. Actually, I don't know if I'll be able to post it on there because videos are a bit rubbish for live streaming. But I'll put it on somewhere. I'll stick it on my YouTube channel just for a crack and see how we go. Right. This evening, I thought a change from the pub. It's not a big change. We still got a fire on the go. I thought we'd just chill out a little bit because it's still the nights are still drawing in. And if you've had a busy day's work, guys, then you want to kind of relax a bit, have a bit of a chat, get yourselves a drink, whether it's a pint of beer, whether it's a short, whether it's a cup of tea, cup of coffee, or anything else. For anyone that is not initiated with Ask the Plasterer, which is what you're watching this evening, I'm Eric the Plasterer. I'm a plasterer in South London, and I've been a plasterer for 37 years. And I'm here to answer any of your plastering related questions. Evening Diggity, nice to see you, mate. Good old regulars. Right, so without further ado, or ado even, let's move over to this one. Hey, there we go. Hello Mark, nice to see you, mate. Yeah, I'm really good, as ever, a bit rushed. Oh, my head's gone a bit see-through. Sort that out. A bit rushed this evening, but nothing I can't sort out. I've been trying to sort out the fitting the kitchen, which you probably know about from the Discord server and me talking about it on here. That kitchen that we got from my daughters, I've done a bit more plastering, and I've stuck a couple of cupboards up, but I've only done that today, and because I had to do quotes and stuff this morning because I've been off today. Well, not off, working from home. And yes, I was doing that, and I just about managed to get the doors back on it. Pushed me a bit of a make-do worktop back in there, so the missus can at least get around the kitchen if she wants to make some dinner, which I hope she might. I'm not too hungry at the minute because I've been stuffing my face with chocolate. How's what looking now, Silver? Right, can you hear? I should have a bit of crackly fire going on in the background, but not too loud. And I should also have a bit of background jazz or some kind of music in the background, just to make a nice relaxed atmosphere rather than it being a bit too crazy when you're listening to
Off the Plasterer
with me, Eric the Plasterer. Diggity. Roughly how long does each set take you, Eric? Tempted to start using same mix for both coats. When I do the, which I always do really, mate, using the same set for both coats, the whole job's a couple of hours, maybe 2.5 hours from start to finish. I know if you knock up a second set fresh, it's going to take a fair bit longer. A fair bit longer than that. Yeah, I'll just get my first one on, and I'm more or less, as soon as I've got that on, I'll water down what's left and start whacking that after I've rolled it off with my speed skim. Then start whacking that second coat on straight away. And then, wait for it to pick up. And, it's a lot quicker. And it's all one set, all drying nicely together as it should be, as I was taught back in the olden days when horse-drawn carriages were only just gone out of fashion for the motor vehicle. Oh yes. Oh dear. But anywho, I think we've got a few of the regulars here. I've got the phone connected up again tonight, and if that's all working, if anybody wants to call and chat, that would normally be people watching on the telly box at home, the viewers there, and then they can give me a buzz on this number 07516 214 983 07516 yep 214 983. Oh, it's out of practice, but I'll still be doing it every couple of weeks, and thanks guys for coming along to the post-Christmas chat. That was good. Went better than I thought. I thought we'd better be chatting for a little while, or that most of you might be just well, I know Eddie was watching the telly with his feet up. That was a good guess on my part at the time. So evening Eddie, if you're here yet, mate, or if you're listening to the catch up or the podcast afterwards. Oh dear. How many times can you get away with adding more water to that mix? I have to be honest with you, Diggity, I've watered down my first mix 2 or 3 times. I mean, those last few bits, it might be I just need to finish something off, and I want a little bit. I mean, once you start doing that, you haven't got any time at all to mess with it. But if you just need that little bit of extra to finish off, and it's getting a little bit too thick for messing about with, you can still whack a bit of water in there and get it on. I think it comes with experience how many times you could do that if you need to do it, and how that all works out. But it seems to be okay. Works for me, meow mucker. I mean, give it a try, but obviously be careful, and don't do a massive mix unless you're prepared for it, or you have a practice with doing a smaller set with it before you start watering down the first coat. But that's how I was taught, so it's never been an issue for me because I learned that way. If I'd have learned to put on 2 separate coats, I don't know how I'd cope with trying to water down the first one and the time difference and all the rest of it. Definitely worth a go, Diggity. Matthew, evening mate, nice to see ya. Hope all is well in the plastering community. I think it is. I'm absolutely fine. I'm hoping the other guys are fine. We've got a 2022 to look forward to. This, guys and girls, should be the absolutely busiest year we've ever had. And if you are currently scratching your thumbs at home for any reason, don't worry, your phone will start ringing soon. Unless nobody's got your number, in which case you can't get your number out there. Make sure you've got a website, something like that, if you haven't done that, because that's a plus. And if you can whack up have a YouTube channel, it hasn't got to be like elaborate, just something you can whack a few videos on, so you can link that to your website, and then customers can see you working. And if they can see that, then they're quite happy and impressed. Then they're a lot happier to take you on, rather than you just turning up and they've never really seen any of your work, and they're just taking your word for it that you're good. Jamie, hello, me old mugger. You haven't missed nothing, mate. I wasn't that late. I was a couple of minutes late, I think. Trying to get sorted because I'm trying to fit that kitchen for the missus downstairs. And yeah, loads of fun. Or it is when you're a plasterer and not a kitchen fitter. I've managed to get a couple of cupboards up on the wall, so some of the stuff we've got in boxes get in there, because there's still some other old cabinets that have got to be emptied out before I can take those down. And then before I can knock the tiles off, give it a re-skim, and then get the these other units back in. Well, I say back in. When I took them all from my daughter's place, because she had the new kitchen, I didn't have any idea how, if any of it would fit. I was going to measure it all before I took it out, but I didn't. I just took it out and brought it all home. Just thought, I'm pretty sure there's enough there to to fill my kitchen with new units. So so far so good, but I've only put up two 4x2 foot units in old money up on the wall. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see how that goes. I'll put a few pictures up on the old Discord server on the Plasterer forum, and yeah, and I'll keep you posted on here from wherever. How have you guys been? Have you been? Is everyone back to work as far as I know? They're all kind of like getting started off. Have some of you been got anything coming in yet? Or I know a few of the guys, I don't know if they're here tonight, are booked up right into next year, before last year had even ended. So I mean, I stay nice and busy through the year, but I don't tend to get like months ahead of myself. But then I think whoever that was, they do other stuff as well, not just plastering. Yeah, sort that out. Right, okay. But yeah, let me know what else you lot have been up to. For anyone else that's never been to
Ask the Plasterer,
then tonight I am here. I'm Eric the Plasterer. I'm been a plasterer in South London for the last 37 years. I'm here to answer any of your plastering related questions. Matthew, back since last Tuesday. Monocution. Oh, okay, mate. Oh, for the next 4 weeks. I hope the weather keeps up, mate. This time of year, it's a bit, iffy. Like, even not if it's not the cold. Just thinking about the wet, unless you're completely under some kind of cover. But I doubt you are. But yeah, that goes all right, mate. Well, you stacked out, Eric. Plenty booked in. Yeah, I've got a few jobs booked in. I've been quoting before I sorted this out this morning. I've been sorting out quotes for people. I had nothing booked in coming into Christmas. I knew there was potential work from quite a few of my customers that had contacted me in December, and I said I'd get back to them in January. And of course now I've got back to them. I've got the quotes out, and as long as I don't all want it doing straight away, I should be okay. But yeah, so doing all right. But yeah, I'm not rushed off my feet just yet, which is a good thing, because I've got to get this this kitchen finished off. Otherwise, my life won't be worth living. Not looking good weather-wise, mate. No, well, fingers crossed for you, Matthew, because yeah, well, you probably know already, mate. That's why I don't do any exterior work anymore if I can help it. Because of the weather, it's just so unpredictable. Plus, I don't want to be stuck out in the rain, or do any work and have it get like rained on if there's a heavy downpour. Though that was mostly used in sand and cement as opposed to like the monocoused silicone renders and stuff like that. But they are a lot better from the viewpoint that you're leaving a kind of a rubbed up surface or a scratched off surface with those, because it doesn't matter how good you are at smooth rendering, when the light hits it at a bad angle, it just shows up every discrepancy. Even if it looks like there's no discrepancies when you've done it, once it's had a coat of paint and the sun shines across it. But the old monocution stuff is a lot better, though there are that odd issues with the old mould being able to like catch onto the little the texture, the little holes and stuff that you kind of scrape in it. But yeah, I don't know enough about it to to sort of comment or slag it off or or anything like that. But yeah. But okie dokie. Yeah, up on the old. Hang on a second. I've just got a little bit of tidying up there. Yeah, there's my old video that plasterers are worth the money up on the left there, because obviously I haven't done any, got any other videos up since then. Haven't been, not been working, so I haven't filmed anything. I've been messing about on my computer like I normally do, but that's not a lot of good for you guys, is it? Also I'll be getting on to Gray soon about the interview he's agreed to do. That I can put out on the Ask the Plasterer podcast. Quite looking forward to that. That should be pretty good. So we got that coming up in the pipeline. I haven't yet sorted out that my rock music podcast. I've got all the music on it, but I've got to fill in all the chat in between the songs, and we'll get that up. And I'll probably put the Blaine Gray interview on there as well as on the Ordinary podcast. When it's all sorted out. Matthew, 20-minute shadow. What's that, me, mate? Yeah, no, tonight too. I've got my old orange glowy lights going tonight. It matches the ambience of me lounge and me nice crackly fire there. Can you, Andy? Hello, mate. I've just eaten far too many chips. But just this second. No, you said that, mate. I really fancy some chips, because the missus has been working today, so she's not long been in. I've been working in the kitchen, eating mostly chocolate. So I don't think she was expecting me to cook dinner, but I don't know if she's going to do anything. But yeah, I want my chips, or fish and chips from the fish and chip shop. There we go. James, evening, my dear. Hope you had a nice weekend. Yeah, lovely weekend. I was saying that on Friday or Saturday. I had a bit of a tummy bug, bit of a pain in me stomach, but I think it was a bit food poisoning, but I wasn't sick or anything like that. And I kind of probably blamed it on apart from eating too much rich stuff, cheese, chocolate, takeaways, everyone knows what else, more mince pies than you can shake a stick at, cake, and that really nice bottle of whiskey that my father-in-law bought me. Seeing as I'm not really a drinker, but I do like it when I've got it. I polished that bottle off. So I don't think I've ever in my entire life drunk a bottle of, it was lovely, drunk a bottle of whiskey in what is for me a really short space of time. And of course I've been on the port and all that kind of stuff as well. So I was blaming that on my stomach issues, thinking, yeah, you've really been overdoing it now. And I think it's a bit too much. I was a bit worried I might have got myself a stomach ulcer overnight, but I'm all right now. So it probably was just kind of. I don't think it was food poisoning, because I only ate the same as everybody else in the house, and everyone else has been fine. So I probably just overdid it on the booze and the rich food. Mark started a new build on Friday and still trying to get a big outside finished. Well, sooner you than me, Mark. Are you using a monocouche on that, mate, or sand and cement, or I'm assuming it's rendering you're talking about, or are you doing something else on that job? Yeah, thanks, Andy. I bet they were lovely. Plenty of salt and vinegar. Oh, bloody hell, yeah. I'm definitely going to get myself some. Even if I have to do some oven chips, but they're not quite the same as the ones from the chippy. But let's see how it goes. As long as I wrap up tonight by 8:30, assuming we keep going till 8:30. Depends how many new people come along, how long you guys want to hang about and chat, and see how we do. For anyone that's just joined us, I'm Eric the Plasterer. This is Ask the Plasterer, and I'm here to answer any of your plastering related questions. And and the other guys, the regular guys, they can also answer them as well. You can either just type up here if you're watching me on the telly box, though, and you haven't got no way of contacting me. You have you can ring me on this number 07516 214 983 and talk to me in the studio or the lounge or whatever you want to call it. Ah dear. Right. Lawson, hi Lawson. Oh no, it's not Lawson, is it? That's just another one of those completely pointless things. Sand and cement. Oh blimey, mate, have fun with that. It's just in this weather as well, Mark. It's just not fun. It's not fun rendering, mate. It's not fun doing anything outside. That's why I'm glad I'm not a bricklayer. I never thought of becoming a bricklayer. It crossed my mind briefly, but then someone told me there was maths involved, so I knocked that on the head straight away. As this was the same with carpentry as well, I think, at the end of the day. Dear me. Oh, duh. Let's just. Can you just out of curiosity, because you know I don't have the sound pipe back to me because it feeds back through the mic. Can you hear the old fire and the gentle background music crackling away, or have I got them too quiet? Because I can always turn them up, but if they're too loud and annoying, I can turn them down. So let me know if you can hear them or not. Oh, and you do these things to make the whole experience a bit more pleasurable for you guys and for anyone else that comes along. Yeah, if there's any potential customers watching and you've got any plastering related questions you want to ask about pricing or about plasterers in general, feel free to type something up or give us a call on that number and have a chat with me live here and give the other guys a break from just listening to my dulcet tones. Move across to nothing particularly exciting about this page, but it just gives you a slightly different perspective. Ask the Plasterer, yeah. Got a question? Live stream, Ask the Plasterer, this is the place to be. Mick, hello Mick, happy 2022. Hope a good, safe and good Christmas. Are you back on it? Fire crackling, cool. Yeah, I'm more or less back on it now, but I've been trying to do my kitchen in between plastering it and putting units in, which is a pain, and I was hoping to try and get the whole thing done before getting back to actually working, but that's not going to happen. Apart from anything else, because my bank account's getting a bit tight. It looked great before Christmas, but then I've noticed everything the missus orders on Amazon it's linked to my account. So I think, what's this? There was another Amazon order. Whose is this? It's either my daughter or my missus. Eddie, hey, nice to see you, mate. Well, you can hear the fire and you like it, Mark. Oh, that's good, mate. That's good. Yeah. Happy 2022, guys. It's started, and as I say, we should be happy. We've got to make this our dream year for pursuing our goals and dreams, and just enjoying the next year, whatever life throws at us, really. There's ups and downs like there is in life, whatever the weather, whether it's to do with work or life in general. You just got to hope for the best, and we've got to make the most of it, and come here and have a chat about how it's all going as the year goes on and how well we are or aren't doing. I am definitely going to do a top 10 on the whose channel's growing the quickest out of the top 10 of my favourite top 10, not the top 10 particularly in the country. And I noticed just the other day I clicked back onto oh man, I've got such a rubbish memory when it comes to names. Yeah, no, come back to me in a minute. There's no point in me saying, wow, his channel's doing really well, if I can't remember whose channel it is. But you know me, guys. Sorry. Dear. Right. Yeah. What's this, Eddie? Happy New Year. Happy New Year, mate. How do you go about plastering over picture rail 8 foot down from the ceiling line? Above picture rail. How do you go about plastering down from ceiling? Sorry, Eddie, I'm trying to. Hang on, let me have a look at that for you. The fire's getting in the way. I can't read it. How do you go about plastering above picture rails 8 inches down from the ceiling line. Sorry, did we talking about have we got a square finish at the end of the ceiling, or are we talking about it curving? Yeah, what I normally do, mate, I put the plaster, I plaster the ceiling first, and then I will do that section all the way around above the picture rail as a separate set. I might wax up on another small panel somewhere or under a window, but generally, yeah, I'll do the ceiling first, and I won't mess about doing a wet joint all the way round above the picture rail. Ceiling first, above the picture rail as a second set, along with something else. Yeah, every time really, unless it was a teeny weeny room and I wanted to get it bashed out in one kind of bit. But yeah, it makes life a bit easier doing it that way. Right, where are we? Andy, I'm a brickie. Oh mate, I was just saying earlier, I don't know if you was here. I'd hate to be a brickie in the winter, or even in the summer. If it's bucketing down with rain somewhere, it's fine if you're undercover on some big site somewhere, but that's not normally the case, mate, is it? 2 days. We've worked 2 days since the 17th of December. Love plastering though. Is that what 2 days doing anything, Andy, as opposed to just brickying, or is that plastering as well? Yes, so that's fairly quiet, mate. A lot of my customers, because I have a lot of people come back to me, customers that I've worked for years on and off, and they'll tend to, if it's anywhere coming up to Christmas, they tend to sort of say, oh, you know, they'll be in touch in January. So hopefully, mate, the stuff will pick up for you. I can't remember. I think you said before you'd been doing the plastering. I can't remember how long for. Whether it's been a short time, Andy, or a long time. As long as you love it, mate, that's the main thing. If you can enjoy your work, mate, it makes life an awful lot easier. Diggity, do you have a pole for your speed skim for ceilings, or just get up on your stilts? I have got a pole for it, mate. I only normally use the pole if, like on one of my videos where and I don't normally do it because it gives me the ump where they've left too much furniture in the room, and on that particular case, because they just didn't have anywhere else to put it, lived in a fairly small place, and had quite big furniture, and I'd use the pole to be able to use my speed skim, but you can't get the same amount of pressure because you're pushing from the centre with that pole. You can get not a wobble on it, but it's not when you're up there on my stilts, which is my preferred way of doing it. I'll get a much more even pressure, and you can get the angle however you like to with a bit of the old wrist action. Whereas from the pole, it's great, you know, but not as good as when I'm up there on my stilts, in my opinion. And obviously, you can only go so long with the pole. If you start to use too long a speed skim on the pole, I think it would just cause you grief, and trying to get the pressure the same, because you're pushing, most of that pressure is from the centre, from the handle. It's not so great, but alright with probably a 600. I think I did use my 1200 with it, but short answer, mate, yeah, I ideally do the use it on my stilts as opposed to using the pole, but I have got a pole. Blaine, no, it's not Grey Blaine, it's not Mac Plastering, though I do watch both those guys. I can't believe his name's just eluding me. Alex Morley, there we go. Came out of nowhere, I knew it was on the tip of my tongue. Alex, he's suddenly whisked up to 2,000, I can't remember how many hundred subscribers in a fairly short space of time, so good work there. Alex, nice one, mate. But I knew you'd do quite well because you've got a good delivery, and you're bashing out the videos, which is as is Anthony. And Anthony, if you see this at any point, or if you're any time this evening, I love the old Driving Home for Christmas little serenade on the guitar, mate. I didn't realise you used to play a bit in what looks like a bit of a band or something like that, and then you can play the guitar. Nice one. Mark, midget trowel is 8-inch, Eddie. Yeah, it is 8-inch. I thought it wasn't that big when so I've got one. I used it before, just glancing at it because I'm rubbish at guessing things without me tape measure. I thought it was a bit smaller than that, but it is 8-inch. It's awful. What's awful, Andy? What's awful? No, I don't know what Andy's referring to there. As he's plastering from a pole, using the pole on a speed skim. Andy, 2 days work as we're waiting for ground workers to get ahead. Oh, right, okay, fair enough. Yeah, no, if you're are you working on site then, Andy? Oh, I assume you are if you've got groundworks going on. Unless you're waiting for someone to build an extension before you can. Oh no, you'll build. Yeah, no, if the groundworks is going on and you're talking about the bricklaying as opposed to the plastering. I'm assuming you're doing both, mate, at the moment, are you? Or maybe mostly bricking and not so much plastering. As and when it comes up. Mick, what speed skim do you use? Ox Refina. I've got an Ox speed skim. Well, I've got 3 Ox speed skims: 600, 900, and a 1200. Plastic. Yeah, the 1200's plastic. My 600s are a plastic and a metal, and I only ever use the plastic on my wet plaster on my first coat, and I only ever use the metal bladed Ox speed skim on the when I'm putting the water on it and I'm starting to trowel it up, and used it like a big two-handed trowel basically. But I never put the metal one on before that due to it sucking the water to the top and causing blisters and all sorts. But yeah, so 3, yeah. 3, yeah, I've got at least 3 speed skims. They are all at the moment soaking in the bath out in the garden, because everyone said, "Oh, why don't you just soak your tools and stuff?" So over Christmas I've been any work I've been doing in the house I've just chucked them back in the bath with water with a bit of soda, caustic soda? Some kind of soda in it, and it does work really well. But yeah, so that's been quite good. I can my handles. You can see my handles again on the, and you can see the colour of the blades, plastic blade on the speed skims, as opposed to them just looking pink because they got so much plaster on them. Dear. Do you go up and down and then across when using the speed skim? Yes, mate. Depends what mood I'm in and what kind of bit of wall I'm doing. I will 9 times out of 10 I will go across from left to right and right to left first, and then I'll start going up from the bottom and then down from all the way along and then down from the top. And I use that same method, whether it's I'm just going over with the plastic one, like leveling out my first coat, or whether I'm if I'm doing like my metal blade and I'm spraying my water on, and then I'll still do the same with that, the troweling, go across from left to right, right to left, up from the bottom, then down from the top, and then finish it all off with my Ox Ultra Flex, and that's it. I'm good. And the Alex is also brilliant. Well, yeah. that definitely helps if you're a brilliant plasterer. But yeah, he's doing really well, so that's good stuff. And all the guys' channels are growing. Mine's ticking over slowly, but then I'm not putting out the videos in any kind of well, I don't need to tell you, do I? On any kind of regular basis. It's all very choppy and changey, but at least when I do put one out, the guy's gotta go, oh, Eric's put a video up. I hope it's worth watching. I think they're normally are. I don't think they're too bad, with this a lot of the stupid puns in between, but it's all part of what I enjoy doing. So Jamie, Alex, brilliant. Yes, working on site. Okay, mate, got you. Jamie, I wasn't joking. Spray them with WD-40. Yeah, what you mean? Afterwards or before I use them? to keep them from going mucky. I'll give it a try, mate. Andy, not so much plastering. I did Blaine's online course. Oh, fair enough, mate. You have to let us know how that went. Plastered my own house afterwards. Fair dues. Then plastered a converted water tower for a developer. Then plastered a couple of more jobs for the same builder. Oh, you're getting your hand in plenty there, then, Andy. So it's all good practice, mate. The more, it's like anything else, the more experience you get over the years, kind of the easier it becomes. Until you start getting older, and then you have to start putting retarder in your mix, so you can go a bit slower, as I'm now known for doing, because I'm just more lazy than incapable. Excuse me. Good evening. If you have just joined us, I am Eric the Plasterer, and this is Ask the Plasterer. I've been a plasterer for 37 years in South London, and I'm here to answer any of your plastering related questions. You can type questions up on the screen, or you can call me on this number 07516 214 983. And tell me if this works, guys. When I say if you haven't rung
Ask the Plasterer
before, then now you can. Dear, let's pop back over here. Here we go. Andy, I've definitely got a lot of respect for plasterers now. Bloody kills the shoulder. That'll get better, mate. You'll have a shoulder like that'll be like flipping rock, mate. You keep up the old spreading, and as long as you, like when you're doing ceilings and stuff, as long as you keep a proper height, it should be about that much of your head from the ceiling. Then you should have your arm bent just right, so you won't get a lot of grief with elbow issues and shoulder issues, or wrist issues for that matter. If you if you're reaching too high when you're spreading ceilings, or you got it too bent, it's going to cause you grief after a lot of wear and tear, or after some guys after not a lot of plastering, they start to have issues. But luckily for me, I've not had any major problems with my elbows or my shoulders. But then keeping fit at the gym is good for that. But I did start going back again. Lost a fair bit of weight, and then I just stuck it all more. Well, not all back on, but yeah, I'm a couple of kilos up at least over Christmas. And in the gym went for a Burton, especially since the old Omicron started kicking in as well. And I thought, I'll get Christmas out of the way, and then I'm gonna get back to the gym as well. But we'll see how that goes. I'll keep you posted. And anyone that's keen on a fitness regime, I might sort out my fitness channel that I used to do, and post links to that for any of you guys out there that wants to get a six-pack and do some impressive calisthenics at the gym to impress the ladies, or the missus, or your girlfriend, or anybody in general. Dear, right. Where was I? Andy, I want a speed skim 900, 1200, waiting for Amazon. They have 20% off them. When you do, Andy, get them through one of my links, mate. I think I've got Amazon links. I've got for the speed skim links on there anyway. But even if I haven't, if you go on one of my links and then just search for speed skims, when there is a 20% off, then I'll still get a little kickback from you buying them. So that's all good. Top tip. Cheers, my dear. Michael, good evening, my dear. Eric, Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you too. Back to working 6 days a week straight after Christmas. Flipping hell. I can't remember, Michael, if you're still a bit of a teeny bopper, or whether you're an old geezer. Remind me, mate. Either way, I feel tired just you telling me about it. Oh dear. But 6 days a week, that's got to be bringing in some good wonga. Keep the old bank account looking nice and healthy, depending on how massive your bills are, or mortgage, or rent, or whatever. Eddie, I hate using midget trowels. I'm not keen on them, I have to say, mate. Do you use them above picture rail horizontally? I do sometimes, mate. If I can't get my trowel in there, because like you say, if it's only about 8 inches or something, then I will I don't always. Sometimes I'll just keep doing me up and me down with me big, with my normal Marshalltown. But sometimes, I mean, if you have got the Marshalltown, the small one, I don't think you can ever get those pre-warmed. So it's good. I think I gave mine a bit of a grind on a grinding wheel to kind of make them a bit thinner, and to get a nice edge on the blade. But yes, mate. Also, Eddie, yeah, I do sometimes lay on with the small one, and then just use my big one for troweling it up afterwards, or vertically anyway. Well, up and down because I can't go vertically because my trower's too big. Andy, I emailed some local companies before New Year, offered to be a labourer apprentice for free for every 10 days or so, gain some on the job experience as payment. Nobody got back to me. I mean, they might get back to you later, Andy. Some companies, if they are companies, I might double check that they are definitely. I suppose you would know, mate, if they're definitely companies. And quite a few people contact me assuming I'm a company, as opposed to a one-man band when it comes to like looking for work or labouring or anything else. But yeah, no, that's crazy, mate. If they're not going to take you up on an offer like that, but yeah, it depends. They obviously. Yeah, I don't know. You think, if they don't need someone badly enough, and they're going to get someone for nothing, then, or perhaps they just make assumptions that if it's for nothing, that you're not going to have enough of the skill that they're looking for, even as a labourer or as a spread. But it's really hard to tell, mate. Everybody, like, different people got different companies got different reasons for not doing it, or they all might get back to you in the next few days, mate, or as we kick into the year. There's a lot of companies that literally didn't go back till probably Monday. I don't think this Monday, but last Monday. Well, saying that, I know quite a few companies that didn't start back till today. So it could be one of those, mate. So yeah, don't give up hope on that one. Michael, 51 here at Domestic Plasterer. Michael, that's right. Yeah, 50. Oh, mate. Oh, yeah. I couldn't. Well, I could do six. Could I? No, I couldn't do 6 days a week. I'd get too fed up. Not with doing the plastering. Just like, as much as I quite enjoy my trade. I like to have as much time off as possible. if the bank account will hack it, I mean, I'll never be a millionaire, mate, but to get on in that respect, you need to really try and start yourself up as a small company and get other guys working for you. And I tried that donkeys years ago and found I couldn't hack the stress. So I went back on the tools, and I just stayed back on the tools on my own ever since. I did work for other builders and on-site work and stuff as well, but I thought, I just didn't feel. I mean, as I got older, I might have been more cut out for starting up a business, because when I did start it the first time, I didn't have enough experience, and I think the shock of that and the grief of that was getting from some customers and plasterers. I thought, nah, I'll knock it on the head, and I just never went back to trying. Annie, sorry, there were independent rather than companies. Oh, right, mate. Okay, gotcha. Got all the tools ready to learn. No, that's pucker, mate. That's pucker. I can't remember whereabouts you are, Andy. Are you in London, or are you up north somewhere? Good evening, everybody. If you have just joined us, I'm Eric the Plasterer, and this is Ask the Plasterer. I've been a plasterer in South East London for the last 37 years, and I'm here to answer any of your plastering related questions if I can. Any questions that you've got, whether it's about plastering, plasterers, tools, if you've got any comments you want to make about any plastering tools in particular, feel free to do that. It's an open forum as far as plastering is concerned to discuss anything you would like to discuss. And as I say, we're kicking off the new year with a positive on a positive note that things are only meant to be getting busier for all tradesmen, which definitely includes us as time goes by. On the timber front, apparently timber prices is going to be levelling out a bit because they're managing to stock more, get more timber stock coming in. I suppose over the Christmas period or whatever it was, or they're just catching up on themselves. So that's got to be an improvement for the chippies, because a lot of guys in other trades haven't been able to put any kind of fixed price on jobs because of the mad fluctuation on prices or sudden hiking stuff, especially as a carpenter. If you're doing that kind of gear, and the price of whatever wood you've priced on them a job suddenly doubles, you've got to allow for that. Otherwise, you won't be a chippy for long. You won't be making any money. But at least plaster keeps a kind of fairly standard kind of price. It's gone up, but it's it's nothing really to worry about, or that you can't add on to your prices and still put a good price in for work. Prices should be getting some good prices and be able to up your rate slightly if you've been on the same rate for a long time for what you do, because we are definitely in demand. And I don't know how many guys are training, as I've said before, but within no time at all, they reckon there's going to be a massive shortage of plasterers and other tradesmen. So but we're here now, and if you're not and you're thinking of training up, then it's still a great job to get into. It's physical, but anything in the construction industry is it'll keep you fit. As long as you don't kill yourself. Yeah, Andrew. South East London, mate. Cool. Dear. Another rubbish one. Troutle. Hey, hello, mate. Hey. How did you get into plastering? Mate, I used to be, short answer, for a brief period when I left school. I went to catering college. It was meant to be a 2-year thing. I think I only stuck it out for a year. Got a job straight afterwards up in London for about 100 quid a week, which we're talking like 1980, 81. So that was good money for my first job fresh out of college. And I was bloody good at icing cakes, mate. So I went plaster. A mate of mine that I knew from catering college, he'd become a plasterer in the meantime, and he asked me to do some labouring for him. I think was I still cooking at the time? I might have jacked it in by then because I hated it. And I laboured for him, and I'd never seen a spread working before. I'd only ever seen guys patch things up, and it fascinated me. And I thought, man, it's like icing a massive cake. And I was good at icing cakes, so say no more, basically. Bottom line was, I thought, yeah, I'm interested in this, so I did what I had to do to first get a little bit of labouring experience on some sites and stuff, and then applied to do the all the courses that I had to do, and do the old college thing and what have you. But yeah, I didn't do that for long. I did that for about a year, but that was long enough for me to then just got out there and started. Had a load of one-day jobs for a day, and they, I think they used to say, "Sorry, mate, got to let you go." I thought you said you was a plasterer, something along those lines. Anyway, I was good at doing little stuff when I was a freshman, but until that experience kicked in of being able to bash out a bit more. But I got there in the end, and it didn't take too long, thankfully. Otherwise, I might have jacked it in. So that's the long and the short of it. Andrew, yeah, thanks, mate, for having a nosy this evening and joining us at Ask the Plasterer. Andrew, what would you say an average price for multi-finish is, and the best place to buy it? It's about 7 or 8 quid for a bag of multi-finish, or it is where I am in London. So again, it can vary whether you go to Selco's or B&Q's. It's only a quid or so in it either way. I still tend to go to B&Q because it's It's the only thing that they do that's a reasonable price, and it's close to me. And for most of the time, unless there's been an issue, they got plenty of stock in. So I tend to use B&Q. But anyway, it's close. If I had a Selco, there is a Selco not that far from me, but it's further away than B&Q. If it was nearer than B&Q, then I'd probably go to Selco's and get me finished there. And I think, oh, so it's a bit cheaper. But then I realised that you got the VAT on at Selco's, and suddenly it's the same price that it would have been getting it somewhere else or getting it at B&Q. So I'm just stuck with B&Q. Like I'm stuck with B&Q, cheapest PVA I can get. But it's always done me proud, and it's cheap. Oh, excuse me, Michael. You're a one-man band, yes, mate. No labourer. No, I haven't had labourer for years, Michael, and I've never been so busy with work. No, it's cool, mate. It's lovely. It is. I mean, last year was a great year for me, and most of the guys had plenty of work coming in, plenty of work booked in. And didn't have to use any of the kind of rated people, Trust the Trader, or any of the other sites that basically want a bit of your money for what you're doing, which I've always thought isn't really fair anyway. There's just the kind of in-betweeners selling your leads in one form or another. Which, if you're really tight for work, then that can help out. But as I say, last year, and I think it's only going to get busier at the moment, unless anything strange happens. When I'm saying that, strange things are happening all the time, aren't they? Dear. Nick the Skim, that's a good name, mate. Nick the Skim. Like the channel, Eric. Cheers, mate. Been plastering since the early 90s. Cool, nice one. My phrase every morning is, can't be asked today, but love it really. Bonding is really hard to get hold of at the moment. Right pain. I think bonding is yeah, I don't know whereabouts you are, Nick. I've still got plenty of it in B&Q, but I don't I don't tend to notice these things until I go to buy some for a job or for the next few jobs and think, oh blimey, there's no bonding. But I was in B&Q today, and there was bonding there, and plenty of multi-finish, plenty of ball finish, plenty of everything, as long as it stays that way, mate. But they can't be asked. It's the kind of feeling I get every morning when my alarm goes off. Yeah, once you get cracking, it's everything brightens up. But if the sun comes out, and when the days start getting longer, that's a better time. Dr. Steelhammer, hey, you got an 18-inch Ox Flexi trowel, amazing piece of kit. I don't think it's 18 inch. It's 14 or 16. 16. I think it's 16 inch. I'm never 100% sure, to be honest. When people like mention other lengths for trowels, I think I can't remember. But no, I think it's a 16. My Ox Ultra Flex. But yeah, it might be worth having an 18-inch one. If it's an amazing bit of kit, cool. Alex, hello, mate. We were just saying earlier, I don't know if you was here. How are you doing, mate? The old channel, the old subscribers are going up really well. So well done, mate. Well done for putting out quality videos, and for being a quality plasterer, mate. At the end of the day, and as I said, you're having that. You've got a really good technique, mate, when it's like to camera. So you're gonna go far, mate. Remember me when you got your million subscribers, and probably possibly even leave Blaine in the dust, mate. Anything's possible. If you're listening, Blaine, it's all. I don't mean that in a horrible way. And looking forward to our interview. Oh dear. JT, what's your favourite type of plastering work to do? Any kind of internal bonding and skimming, basically, mate. At the end of the day, yeah, I like floating. I'm not so keen on dot and dabbing stuff out. Most jobs I go to where I see a brick wall, my head is thinking float and set. It's not thinking dot and dab. But it varies, and it depends what the customer wants. Some customers have got a preference for dot and dab to floating. Others have got a preference on floating. I was just when I started out, everything was floating and setting really, and so that's what I learned mostly to do. Alex, I wasn't here. I've been late to the party. Thanks for the feedback. Yeah, no worries, mate. Yeah. I'm happy as I do, mate, to plug your channel along with a lot of the other guys' channels as well, because channel's quality is most worth watching, and because I tend to slack a bit in the putting out videos, the least I can do is promote other good spreads channels while I'm at it, and that takes any pressure off of me to make mine grow any quicker. I've done quite a lot of plastering videos, but it's being careful for me. It's being careful not to have too much. Like a lot of jobs I do are repetitive, and I think, I've already done a video for that. And it's good to do other stuff. And but you're doing a pucker job, Alex. Just keep it up, mate. And as I say, I'm going to do a top 10, or my top 10 anyway, of plastering channels that I recommend. And going to do a top 10 on how well their subscribers are going, and I'll probably update that every other Monday on Ask the Plasterer on live stream, and have the old countdown music in the background as well. At 10, at 1, and and see how long it takes for any of us to get to catch up with Blaine. JC, sorry JT, I mean favourite plaster work, mostly floating and setting. Plasterboarding, doing ceilings and stuff. I don't mind at all. I get quite a lot of my customers ask me about fibrous plastering, under the assumption that I do it. And although I was taught fibrous plastering as part of my whole remit when I became a plasterer, generally guys specialise in fibrous, or they specialise in solid, don't they? And I was happy to just specialise in solid work. Dear. Oh. Now there may something come up on my screen, get in my way. We shall have to do a collaboration. That'd be nice, Alex, mate. I'm happy to do collabs, whether it's video collaborations. I mean, you got kit as the same as I have, so it makes it a bit easier to do a collab on quality videos that people can watch, or doing the podcast ones as well, which are a lot easier to record because you only need the audio. And even because people can ring in on this as well, and the audio just plays through my phone out of my speaker straight into the mic and sounds pucker. And but I can also use that technique for recording videos that aren't like podcast audio that's not live, and then whacking it onto a podcast. But I'll drop you a line, Alex. I don't know if the best way to contact you, mate, is you've probably got your email address up on your website, mate, haven't you? So I know I can contact you through that. So I'll probably drop you a line regards a collab at some point. But cheers for that, mate. Yeah, that'd be nice. Andy, how do you find plastering with COVID? Do you struggle? No, fortunately, even though my daughter has briefly had it over Christmas, I've worked in lots of houses over the last year. And once we got out of the first lockdown and people were letting you back in their house, and I have to admit, most of the potential customers I went to see and subsequently worked for, none of them wore masks at all, and that's before the vaccine or anything. And when I was working, I think, well, I can't really work with a mask. But 9 times out of 10, I'd probably be in a different room anyway, plaster in a bedroom while they're in the front room, or vice versa, or whatever. And didn't really give me an issue. And fortunately, I mean, I'm triple jabbed now with the booster and all the rest of it. But fortunately, I've never caught it. But never say never with this Omicron one about, even though thankfully it seems fairly mild. So yeah, most of the last year, life to me, while I was at work and stuff, felt like normal regarding my customers and stuff. And considering they weren't masked up and I wasn't masked up a lot of the time, unless it was specific. No, I think there were a couple of jobs where I stayed masked up. Yeah, I was very fortunate not to come down with anything, so life was fairly kind of normal. well, more normal when I could manage to pop to the pub with me mate, because we were doing drinks on Zoom, which is a bit of fun, but it's not the same. Not the same. Alex, Eric, don't forget me in the collab. Yeah, no worries. No worries, Stuart. Don't worry, mate. I did say to you, Stuart, that was going to do an interview with you as well. Probably podcast, or we can set up doing a video type collab, or actually do some work together at some point. But yeah, we need to chat about what would be the best way forward on that, and it'd be something nice to do in the coming year, and see how that all pans out. And Joel as well, yeah. Not forgetting Joel, Mark. I think it's some updates on rendering and stuff like that. Because those of you that don't know, I don't do a lot of external rendering or anything like that anymore. I'm just mostly an internal man because the weather's too unreliable. So yeah, it's good to have guys like Joel, and I know a lot of you other guys still do rendering as well as internal stuff. And Anthony, he loves a bit of stuff. Anthony's doing really well. He pumps out the old videos every Tuesday, and his channel's growing well too. I think he's probably coming in just behind Alex. Giggity. What order do you plaster your ceilings, walls, and reveals? I'll whack the ceilings on first, mate. Sometimes, depending on what size they are, what gear I've got, I'll whack the ceiling on, and once I've whacked that on, I'll whip round and whack some reveals on, or all the reveals on. Again, depending on the size of the room I'm doing and how many windows it's got. And then I'm just left to hit the walls. So I've got my ceiling done, I've got my reveals all done, and I'm just doing the faces of everything, which is quite a nice way of doing it. Doesn't always work out that way. Sometimes it's the other way around, but generally, yeah, I like to get my lid on, and I like to get the reveals done if I can. If I can get those done in the same set as the ceiling, and it's just nice. Then anything else you're knocking up, that you're just putting those face walls on. That's basically the order I generally try to do it in. Yeah, definitely Cookie in on the job as well, on a collab of some sort. Also a collaboration with Towel, Eric, Anthony, Blaine, and Joel. Yeah, well, there's nothing stopping us, Alex, from doing a bigger collaboration. I mean, nothing came of it at the time because we're really spread around across the country about all us guys getting together and having a bit of a Beano. I just mean what I meant, not Beano, I meant a plastering conference. But those things are hard to organised. It's hard to tie people down as to when we can do something like that, but to be able to being able to do a collaboration together and yeah, make something of it across our channels would be great. Would be great stuff. And yeah, because I don't think there's any massive real collaborations between plastering channels that I've noticed up to this point. I mean, tell me if I'm wrong and let me know. So yeah, I think it will be a good and an interesting thing to kick off, and then of course individually we can use those collabs on our own channels and together, and yeah, and using this as well. I like to use Ask the Plasterer as a tool basically to help. Obviously it helps me out and to help out everybody else as well. The same with that Stuart does with Trowel Talk, which is brilliant. So yeah, and it goes from strength to strength, mate, as well. Trowel Talk, well done, mate. Yeah, Anthony, I don't know where Anthony is. Anthony's on my Discord server. He's obviously too tired to be alive this evening. But I'll forgive him. Jamie, don't forget Skimfast. Skimfast are doing well, mate. They are doing well. They're well, I haven't checked them recently. The last time I looked, they had about 5,000 subscribers, and they started. I don't know if they started about the same time as me or if they started after me. But yeah, I mean, they're good plasterers, got a good technique, and again, it's good. It's about putting out quality videos, being good at what you do, putting out quality videos, and putting them out, hopefully when you can, on a regular basis, which is something I suffer from not doing. And it shows, because as soon as I put another video up, my subscribers start jumping up. But I will. I'm working on it, guys. I'm working on it. Oh dear. I need to keep them interested, and I don't want to go over any old ground that I've done already. Have I missed anything? Turtle, Anthony, Blake, yet, Joe, Jamie. Don't forget Skim Fast yet. Yeah, I'll have to. I've had a brief chat with them before via their channel, so I'll have to get them to join in the fun if they're up for it. Okay. It would be lethal. What would be lethal? Getting us all together. Oh dear. Right. Where are we? Let's never quite sure what page I'm on here. There we go. Slight change of view. Makes a change for anyone that has never rung up
Off the Plasterer.
before. You can do that. You can ring this number 07516 214 983 and talk to me in the studio and give the other guys a rest from my dulcet tones. But you'll probably only do that if you're watching on the telly box and you've got no other way of contacting us. But if you do, make sure you turn your sound down on your TV, otherwise you'll get the time delay. You'll really throw you. James, Trout Talk, van setup video was a good watch. Was really the van setup that Stuart did, yeah. Yeah, lots of guys have got different ideas why they set up their vans, whether they put like false bottoms in so you can slide. If you've got a big enough van, we can slide 8x4s into the bottom. It's not just 8x4 like plasterboards, but any kind of timber or ply that you might be using on a job. I've only ever had a small kind of vehicle, whether it's like my 4-wheel drive, the Fair. And so I've got my box I made anyway on the roof for 6x3s in old money plasterboards, and yeah, I use 6x3s on most of my jobs because most of my work is domestic, and you don't really want to be messing about trying to get 8x4s into people's houses. The risk of damaging the risk of damaging any decor that's already been done is quite good, and trying to get 8x4s up stairwells and things isn't smart. But yeah. Eventually like high top van, so I'm not out on my knees. Yeah, I tell you what, those fans, like, there's normally a couple of the American guys I've seen. They got lovely either high top vans or trucks basically out in the States for doing their, and they've got all their tools on there, and they can just walk straight into the back, no crouching down, and have a good old setup in there. I've noticed one of the guys' vans it's even got a porta potty in there, which well, on occasion could be a godsend when you're on a job. Nothing worse than getting caught short with a jiffy tummy all of a sudden if you're in a client's house. I'm thinking, yeah, I just can't go in the client's house. Where's the nearest B&Q? And if you've already knocked a set up and you put it on the wall, you better hope to God you've put a retarder in it before you leave it and shoot somewhere to try and find the loot. So yeah, that's a good idea. Dear. Silver, be interesting to see everybody's techniques and finishing times with the YouTubers. Yeah, I mean, we've all got slightly different techniques across our channels of the way we work, but like I've always said, if something works for you and you're happy doing that and you've been doing it for however long, then stick with it. There's no real right or wrongs. You tend to, as a lot of I tend to find that some of the younger spreads that have been doing it for less are the ones that are most critical of how you operate and how you work, and the more the kind of long in the tooth guys like myself are more forgiving from the viewpoint. If something works, then it works, and that's the end of the story at the end of the day. And if the job's quality and the customer is happy and you get paid, then yeah, where's the issue? Dear. It would be interesting to see. Yeah, Alex, you're getting a bit old. Oh, Stuart. Oh, thanks, Matt. I thought you were talking to me. But that would be true. Oh, I wish I was only as old as Stuart. Stuart's only in his late 30s, isn't it, Stuart? Middle 30s? Sorry, mate. I don't want to. Yeah. I'm rubbish at guessing people's ages. Dear. There's still plenty of fuel in the tank. Age is just a number. That is true, mate. Age is just a number. Dear. But yeah, well, you mentioned Stuart. Well, you mentioned it to me before about getting fit, mate, and doing some of that kind of Phoenix moves that I do down at the gym. I'm going to tart up my Colours Phoenix channel and put a link to it. So if you want any kind of like how to get fit when you're old and fat, I don't mean you, mate. I'm talking about myself. Then it's always possible. And I'll do links to that for it. Mark, too many birthdays, Stu. Yeah, there's trouble in birthdays. Every year they come around, just like Christmas. Still be Christmas again, guys. But I'm not in any major hurry for it to be the case. Late sorry, who's late 30s? Are you talking about Stuart, Alex, or yourself, mate? You're only about 20, Alex, aren't you? No, you're a little bit older than that, mate, aren't you? I hope you are. Dear. Yeah, you can't be that good at plaster and only be 20 odd, mate. Cause yeah. Actually, Alex, let me know how old you are. And you as well, Stu. Let's be specific, just so I know in future. I'm 60 next birthday, but thankfully it's not till September, so I'm only 59, so still in my 50s. Oh dear! And I found out they're going to scrap the bus pass just before I qualify. So where's the joy in getting old when you can't even get a bus pass? Oh dear! I wish I was only 20. God, but yeah, mate, you and me both. Jamie, any more and yous will be on a yellow card. Dear. Right, for anyone that has just joined us and has never been here before on Ask the Plasterer every other Monday from 7 o'clock until about 8:30. I have to be careful not to overrun because sometimes I get carried away and it goes on for too long. And seeing as this goes out as a video and then I also put it out as a podcast, so people can listen to it at work without any adverts or having to have the app open. You can get this podcast of this show on whatever platform you get your podcast from, unless it's one of my I can't even remember what I call them now. My specific rock music plasterers podcasts, which are only available on Spotify. Premium preferably. You've got to pay for an account, otherwise you can't hear all the songs. You can only hear 10-second or 30-second bursts of songs, which is rubbish if you're listening to a podcast. But yeah, how did I get onto that subject? Oh yeah, but that'll be going out after the event. I think it takes about a day before I can, because I don't record this session. I just wait till YouTube have put it up and then I download it when it's available, and then take the audio off it and whack it out as a podcast, which Alex or anyone else that's listening isn't a bad idea to do. The system I use, I can't remember offhand now what it is, but I'll probably let you know at some point. It's absolutely free to put podcasts out, and within about a few days to a week, you start going out on all the channels, including Spotify. So anything that you do that works as just audio, you can pop up as a podcast. And so get into podcasting as well, guys. I don't do it specifically, but this tends to be the audio from these. But anyway, I digress. Yeah, I'm a plasterer from South London, if you've never tuned into this before. And I'm here to answer any of your plastering related questions or any of the other regular guys. There's an absolute wealth of experience from these fellas. A lot of them have got their own channels as well. And please look them up. I've got them. There's other videos where I've put their details up. But yeah, just check out their names and the names that are up here, and you will be able to get links to their sites. But I will be plugging them again specifically, probably on the next Ask the Plasterer. Right, where are we? Alex Morley. Alex, 32. Oh, that's a lovely age, mate. 32. I remember being 32. That's the age you're at, Alex, is about the age that you stay at in your head. Once you start getting, well, after 32. I roughly feel, I mean, thankfully, because physically I'm quite able, yeah, I generally keep forgetting that I'm not 32. I feel up here about 32, and it comes a bit of a shock when I remind myself that my daughters are 30 and 27, and I'm pushing 60, and I think, well, that went quick, and they went from being babies to grown-ups in, well, teenagers first, and then grown-ups in lightning speed. And I've got to nearly 60 at lightning speed, and you only realise once you get to it how fast it comes up, and how short life is. So make the most of it every day. If you're having a good day, yeah, enjoy that good day. And if you're having a bad day, and you've got to enjoy that one as well. And yeah, just really have a good 2022. Because there's a lot to look forward to, and there's a lot of things you can't do nothing about, so it's pointless worrying about those or stressing about them. And it's easy to say live in the now, because there's nothing you can do about the past, and there's nothing you can do about the future. You can only change what's happening right this minute, which is very true, but that doesn't mean you mustn't. You do need to plan for the future, but yeah, don't let it ruin your life or your day. In all fairness, Eric, physically you're on point. Cheers, mate. We want to know your secrets. Oh, well, I'll put these secrets onto my fitness video channel that I kind of started and they couldn't be bothered with. And I'll stick some new stuff on there, and I'll put a regime on there, the kind of stuff that you need to do if you want to be able to do some of the same stuff I do in the gym, and if you want to get six-pack back. And the plus of any of you being younger than me, if you do that, it's a lot easier to get a six-pack back. I can get a six-pack back, but it's a wrinkly six-pack as opposed to well, as opposed to a not wrinkly six-pack, but it's still a six-pack. And a lot of it is to do with strength conditioning, which is good. But yeah, I'll play that by ear, but I'll let you know as soon as it's up, and I'll put a link to it. And if you want to do it, you can. But I don't want to upset my plastering subscribers by whacking any fitness videos on this channel. Otherwise, they might leave in droves. Well, they probably would leave in droves. I wouldn't blame them. Oh dear. Right, how are we doing for time? We're at 20 past 8. I'm going to go on till 8:30 as usual, and then I'm going to go back down and maybe either cook something if the missus doesn't cook something, or I might even go out and get some chips. Because someone said earlier about the chips, I can't remember who it was now. They just stuffed themselves with chips. I think it was Mike, but I'm not 100%. And really made me fancy some chips with salt and vinegar and all that on them, because I'm hungry. I'm assuming you guys have had your dinner. Oh dear. Dr. Steelhammer, any of you guys heard of a spread called Tony Smith with a Y? I don't know if I have or not. Has he got a YouTube? Has he got a YouTube channel? If he has, then I'll look him up. Johnny, hello mate. Eric, are you still do the park runs? I haven't been to any park runs over Christmas. Basically because I got into such that bad time frame of going to bed far too late after stuffing my face, and probably indulging too much in the old wine and beer and whatever. Only from home, mind. I wasn't waking up before 10 o'clock. So, in short, no, but I've promised a group of guys, well, a couple of ladies and a fellow I know, that I'll meet up with there regularly so we can support each other. But I will definitely be back there next Saturday. So, 9 o'clock, I will be. What part am I at? I can't remember anything when I'm doing this live stream. It's either dementia or just general age catching up with me. But yeah, but I will be at my park run when I remember where it is. I'll tell you at 9 o'clock on Saturday, because I need to get back in the swing. I mean, my best time for running a 5k was about 3 or 4 years ago. It was like 23 minutes, and now I can't crack under half an hour. I'm struggling, and I think, how the hell did you ever do 23 minutes? But yeah, if I can get back under half an hour, I'll be happy. And I need to get at least 3 times back to the gym in the evenings, like spread that over 7 days. Because if you are into gyms, guys, if you don't go 3 times in 7 days, like 3 times a week, basically, not a lot's going to happen. Right. But yeah, so short answer to that. Am I still doing the park run? Is yes, but I haven't been all over Christmas. Was it last year? It might have been the year before. I did the Christmas morning one and the New Year's Day one, but there was no way I was doing that this year. I was just too, just couldn't get out of bed. But I got up with the missus this morning because she was working, and she works up in town when she does work. She works in the gym up in up in somewhere. Oh dear, I need more sleep. Yeah, to get there and miss the traffic, she gets up about 5:30 when she does go. Thankfully, it's only about 2 or 3 times in a week. And I got up with her this morning at 5:30, and I feel alright at the minute, but at least they'll make me go to bed earlier tonight and get back into the proper swing of getting up at the crack of dawn and making the most of the day. I did loads of quotes this morning. I set up on my computer system, this kind of stuff, and then I managed to go and crack on with finishing, trying to fit a bit more of my kitchen before rushing up here to do tonight. So, but I'm enjoying it, and as ever, the time has been flying by, which is lovely. Ian, any of you blokes know a plasterer called Albert Moxley from Liverpool? No, mate. Has he got a YouTube channel? I'm happy to look up any of these guys if they're up for it. Johnny, my 5k runs 22 minutes. Oh, top man. I'm 54. I would guess from that, Johnny, that you're a proper regular runner, mate. I mean, now I run like once a week at a park run. But when I did the 23 minutes, I was doing, because I did personal training as well as plastering. Man, no wonder I got tired. And I was doing personal training in the evenings, and I was running as well when I wasn't personal training, and I was plastering during the day, and doing the park runs on Saturdays. So, because I was telling all the guys that came to my Keep Fit classes that they needed to go to the park run, and of course then that meant I had to go as well. So I was going on a real regular basis then, had a good time. But I'm blaming it on getting older, but it wasn't that long ago that I did it. So yeah, so keep it up, mate. 22 minutes. Yeah, you got to get sub 19, Johnny. Let me know when you have, mate. Or sub 20 anyway. But if you can do 22, mate, you could probably do sub 20 as well. But anyway, I digress. When you're back on the skimming work, Eric, the jobs that I've been putting quotes out for, there's a lot of skimming work there to be done. There's a house sort of refurbishment. Basically, the people want to go through their whole place. They've got the classic Artex ceilings everywhere. A lot of walls need skimming. They've had the damp guys in for a quote, so yeah, I've given them a little bit of advice regarding that. But we'll say no more about that. And yeah, so I'm not back on it. But there's jobs coming up. But I need to, if I don't get this kitchen fitted in here, amongst other things, before I start getting really busy again, the missus won't speak to me. So and I won't get any dinner unless I cook it myself. So that won't do. Silver. Oh yeah, you asked me that. Yeah. Dr. Stelama. Your son Mary. It's tough to have the motivation for the gym when you're plastering all the day. That is how I feel, mate. When I was, before the lockdown, I was doing the 3 evenings, let's say spread over 7, not like within 5 days. And I'd do the gym, and then I'll go for, I'd have a little swim because I practice underwater swimming as well, like holding your breath, and I just do lengths underwater, cold showers, hot sauna. Hot sauna is really good for you as well, especially if you do them regular. And my gym's got a brilliant, my local gym's got a brilliant sauna, nice and big and hot. And but the lockdown kind of put paid to that, and then after lockdown was over, and I'd only just started getting back to the gym, but I was going like once a week, and since the Omicron thing kicked off, and I've been busy, and the Christmas and that, I haven't gone at all. But I need to get back into the swing of it. But as you say, you get home from a day's work and you think, phew. But if you've kind of made your mind up, the idea, you need to get in, get your stuff, and get straight to the gym. If you sit down, have dinner, that's probably the killer, and then watch a bit of telly, there's no way you're going to the gym. You've got to get home, get changed, and go, or make plans that you can kind of get changed and go straight from work to a gym if it's possible for you to do that. It's the only way you can do it. And once you're there and you've done it, yeah, it's great and it's enjoyable. I'm not kidding, it is enjoyable. Dear. Mark. Mark knows Moxie. That's you know. Yeah, he was called Moxie, wasn't he? Alvida's own pet. There's only a few of us guys that will know what that was. Yeah. And that whole program was about guys working in Germany because the work was so slack here at the time that they made. I think that's why they made the program. And it was a classic. Everyone used to watch that, and old Jimmy Nail and all that lot. Sorry, anyone else that doesn't know what I know we're talking about. For anyone that's just joined us, this is Ask the Plasterer. I am Eric the Plasterer. This is our live stream that we do every other Monday from 7 o'clock, just to chat about plastering stuff and to meet up with all the regular guys. And there's a wealth of knowledge about plastering from myself and all the other guys here as well, if you ever want to come along and get some of it. This also goes out as a video after the live stream's done, but obviously don't try ringing on the number after the after the live stream's finished. And it also goes out as a podcast a couple of days later, so you can get it on wherever you get your podcasts, and you can listen to it whenever it's handy to. Last question. What do you eat at work, mate? How much water? I found when I'm being really good and I'm feeling my best, I tend to like do a coffee when I get to work, and then I'll just drink like couple of pints of water as I go through the day. Helps me getting too hungry, and have a fairly healthy lunch. It depends. I mean, I used to be a bit of a big sandwich eater, but when I'm doing more healthy stuff, but you got to prep healthy stuff. Like if you're going to do some kind of nice chicken and rice and do some kind of curry, preferably that you can heat up in your customer's microwave. A few of my customers recently haven't had a microwave, but I'm quite happy to eat cold curry. and yeah, it does tend to vary, mate. But like anything else, when you're doing fitness stuff, you tend to try and want to stick to high protein kind of food, be it chicken and turkey and all that kind of gear and eggs and omelettes and fish, tinned fish, fresh fish, smoked salmon, really lovely. But I will put something together menu wise, and I'll whack it on my on the fitness channel, and before I put a link up to it, so you'll be able to get all the answers there to fitness stuff. And if anybody starts watching that on any regular basis, or it gets any subscribers to it, I'll probably do some kind of live stream on there. Why not? Ask the, I don't know what else we'll call that one. Ask the yeah, no, I'll think about that one. Any suggestions, but not rude ones. Thank you very much. Johnny, get home from work, trainers on, out for a quick 5k run. Trust me, you will feel so much better. I generally feel much better doing that after I've done it, but the only time I don't feel better is when my alarm goes off in the morning. The same with the nights when I've done gym on a regular basis, and you get back from the gym and you feel great. If you'd been doing like cold showers and hot saunas and you've had a workout and you're just feeling good, and then the next morning the alarm goes off and you think, whoa, perhaps I shouldn't have done the gym last night. But then once you're up and you're back on your job, yeah, it's good. It's good. You just got to make sure you get plenty of sleep. If you get regular sleep, you can conquer all these stuff. Going to the gym regular, going to work, running, and just feeling pucker, and making your year even more enjoyable than it would be if you're slightly tired or achy. Oh dear. Ian, how many of the new plasterers would last a day mixing skimming in a bucket with a stick and a podger? Yeah, bike cog on a stick. I had a bike. Well, the posh geezers, as I call them, had a bike wheel on a stick. I always thought, oh, that'd be good, but I was never that handy on getting where to get a bike cog from that would fit on the stick. So I used to. What did I used to use? When was it? When I was doing the old like learning the trade. I can't remember how I made it now. I had some kind of long piece of steel that I could bend round at the end, and we used to stick EML round the end of it and use that as a plunger to knock the lumps out of the bucket finish. But yeah, that wasn't a load of fun. Oh man, the invention of the whisk, absolutely brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Right, we are plasterers. Yeah. Yeah, you needed to be a pucker labourer when you were knocking stuff up in a bucket or in a tin bath with shovels and rakes and all that malarkey. Dr. Steel Emma, Ian Turner, the plunger, horrible piece of kit that. Yeah, you're not wrong. Is the fitness channel up and running? No, but what I did about, when I was trying to set it up, I think I set up about 3 different ones. One's got some decent videos on it. The others have got, one's got one on, something's got nothing on it at all. But I can't quite remember which one's which. And I think the best one, I can't remember if I'm having trouble finding the password for it because I hadn't used it for that long. But that's the one I'm hoping to be able to reinstate and put more videos on it and use that as the old channel. So in some respects, it is up and running somewhere. But there's nothing. Well, apart from me doing a few things on there and some other thing that I went to that I videoed when I first got into doing a bit of YouTube for fitness on there. But nothing worth looking at really at the minute. But there will be. Just to astonish other old fellas and think, wow, I can become as fit as Eric the Plasterer. Oh dear, or not, as the case may be. Right, Mark, bags of browning in the bath. Yeah, browning did tend to float a lot more than bonding, mate, didn't it? But it did. It was lovely to once it was mixed up, especially if you've got a labourer doing it. Lovely to spread browning and finish on top of browning, absolutely smooth as a baby's bottom. Just come out really lovely in a way it just doesn't when you put it over bonding or hardball. But hey ho. But browning was rubbish for going over anything concrete, and you have to do that with bonding. So I think that's in the end when people just stopped using browning. because yeah, loads of site work I did. We had to do loads of browning over bricks and stuff and blocks, and all the lintels we had to leave, and then we had to go back and do all the lintels with bonding. Oh, happy days. I don't miss site work. I did enjoy my time when I was doing site work and working with a lot of other guys, which is a bit more fun, I have to say, than working on your own and having a canteen you can go to. When I worked in Pentonville Prison as a plastering contract for a big company, not as a screw, they had a really nice canteen to get proper fry up in there and everything, and they only had one. Sometimes there was two, an older and a slightly younger woman that worked there, and because basically everyone else was guys, and it was Pentonville's a geezers prison, and the longer we worked there, and was there for quite a few months, the more attractive they got. Oh dear, happy days. Ian, Mark, I had a rubber duck. Dear. All right, guys, I've overshot me 8:30 limit, so I am going to be calling it an evening. But everyone that's still here, thanks for coming, guys. Where is Ian, Dr. Stillhammer, Stuart, Alex is probably gone. Jason, is it finished? Oh yeah, you asked me that, didn't you, mate? Sorry. Mark and everybody else. Thanks, Johnny, and everyone else who knows me. Whose name I can't see and my rubbish memory can't remember. Thanks for coming along again, guys, to Ask the Plasterer. Again, this will go out as a podcast in the next couple of days. Join the Discord server, forum, and chat to all of us and me on a more regular basis when you want to, rather than waiting a fortnight or making comments on the videos. Descriptions, my video descriptions, they've got a link in there for the Discord server, Ask the Plasterer forum. Click on that, it will send you an invite, and you can just follow the instructions and you'll join it, and you can chat to me anytime you like, and the other guys as well that are on there, and put up pictures and all sorts of stuff. So cheers, guys. It's been lovely, and as ever, I just got to find where my old turn everything off button is. I'm going to go and have some chips or something, because I am absolutely starving. I don't know about you lot. Right, now I'm thinking I've got the right button, and I will see you all, and speak to you all very soon. Cheers again, guys. See you later.